Hello MMA fans, this is MMA Daily with your daily news and updates. Here are today's top stories. Starting off, Shara Magomedov is returning to the octagon with a new opponent. Next, Chael Sonnen declares Sean O'Malley biggest star in MMA over Conor McGregor. Additionally, Demetrious Johnson sees Jon Jones versus Stipe Miocic as a massive fight. Additionally, Alex Pereira isn't giving up on his plans to move back down to 185 and take the belt of Plessis. Lastly, Dana White criticizes the MMA media and defends Jon Jones. A middleweight bout between undefeated Shara Magomedov and Armen Petrosyan has been added to the UFC 308 fight card. Magomedov debuted in October 2023 and won all 3 of his UFC fights, earning bonuses in his last 2. Armen will enter the bout coming off a submission loss to Rodolfo Vieira in February. The loss snapped a 2-fight winning streak. UFC also announced 2 more fights added to the event on Monday. Lightweights Mateusz Rebecki and Miktybek Oralbai will face off on the preliminary card. A light heavyweight bout between Ibo Aslan and Rafael Cerqueira was also announced. Chael Sonnen recently shared his thoughts on who the UFC's biggest star is, and it's not Conor McGregor. In August 2023, before UFC 292, Sonnen praised Sean O'Malley as a star on the rise with the it factor. O'Malley went on to knock out Aljamain Sterling to become the UFC champion. A year later, Sonnen believes there's a new biggest name in MMA. Speaking to the media, Sonnen said, "O'Malley is the biggest star in our sport right now. Red Panty Night is still real, but Conor's not in the sport. He's not even licensed to fight. He couldn't walk in and fight tonight if he wanted to. Right now, Conor has no more claim to this sport than GSP or Khabib. In fact, GSP and Khabib have attended more UFC events in the last year than Conor. I'll say it again, Sean O'Malley is a bigger star than Conor in the UFC right now." Do you agree with Sonnen that Sean O'Malley is now a bigger star and draw than Conor McGregor? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Regardless of the stakes, Demetrious Johnson sees Jon Jones versus Stipe Miocic as a massive fight. Many have criticized UFC heavyweight champion Jones for opting to defend his title against Miocic over interim heavyweight champion Tom Aspinall. Aspinall has competed 6 times since Miocic last stepped into the cage, which was a knockout loss to Francis Ngannou in March 2021. On a recent podcast, Demetrious Johnson talked about Jon Jones and Stipe Miocic fight. Here's exactly what he had to say. "Jon Jones versus Stipe Miocic doesn't even need a belt on the line. It's a fight between 2 legends, and it would sell just as many pay-per-views. Jon Jones will probably get paid the same, champion or not, but I can't decide what Jon Jones does with his career. When I look at Miocic, he hasn't fought in 4 years. The last time he fought, he got knocked out. How's his body feeling? It's hard being away from the fight game for 4 years. He's doing amazing things. He's a firefighter, but it's going to be very, very hard." Do you agree with Demetrious Johnson, and what do you think who will win, Jon Jones or Stipe Miocic? And after this fight, do you think Jon Jones will retire, or will he accept a fight with Tom Aspinall? Alex Pereira was watching closely when Dricus du Plessis shocked the world by finishing Israel Adesanya in the 4th round. Right after the fight, Pereira posted a surprising message on social media, "Coming down to 185 one more time." Fans and experts were left guessing, was he serious or just having some fun? Moving down a weight class is risky, but Pereira seems to have a different plan, one that could impact the entire division. Alex Pereira is set to defend his light heavyweight title against Khalil Rountree at UFC 307 on October 5th. But what happens after that? Will he face Magomed Ankalaev, who has been pushing hard for his chance to fight Pereira, or does Pereira have something else in mind? In a recent Instagram post, Pereira hinted at his plans. "I'm focused on my next fight and I'm going prepared, but you never know what can happen. So regardless of the result, I want to go down one more time to the middleweight and go for the belt. Hey Dricus, bring your will to fight me so you can prove that you are better than me. With your public statement, it is easy to make this happen. Shama." His challenge to Dricus du Plessis is clear, but is this a genuine call-out or just a way to keep everyone on their toes? Only time will tell. Meanwhile, Magomed Ankalaev, who's ranked number 2 in the light heavyweight division, might not be happy about Pereira's potential move. Ankalaev has been on a dominant run since his only UFC loss in 2018 and has been eagerly waiting for his shot at the title. If Pereira does go back down to middleweight, it could shake up everything. One thing is for sure, whatever Alex Pereira decides to do next, the UFC landscape is about to get very interesting. What do you think about Alex Pereira's decision to move back down to middleweight? And who do you think would win, Pereira or du Plessis? Share your thoughts in the comments below. For the past few months, UFC CEO Dana White has been criticized by mainstream MMA media. The main reason is his disagreement with the top 3 pound-for-pound rankings. In these rankings, Jon Jones was placed 3rd, while Islam Makhachev took the top spot. This decision frustrated White, who has been very vocal about his displeasure. The constant focus on Jon Jones has become a headache for White, as MMA media keeps poking fun at him with memes. But now, White has fired back with a strong response. Known for holding grudges, Dana White often seeks revenge when he feels wronged, a trait seen throughout his career. Recently on his Instagram story, White shared a video comparing the MMA media to dogs, even implying they're worse. The video showed a dog choosing between two options on paper. One said Jon Jones is the best pound for pound, and the other said not Jon Jones. The dog chose the Jon Jones option. Dana White's support for Jon Jones puzzles the MMA media, especially considering Jones's past issues with performance-enhancing drugs and legal problems. Despite these controversies, White remains loyal to Jones. The admiration goes both ways. Jones often praises White. Recently, Jones posted on social media saying, "Put Dana White in a business meeting with any man on this planet, and there's only one winner. Real recognizes real." And now I want to hear from you. Do you think Dana White's support for Jon Jones is justified despite his past controversies, or is the media right to question it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Michael Chandler thinks there could finally be light at the end of the tunnel. For nearly 2 years, Chandler has chased a fight with former two-division champion Conor McGregor, with nothing yet to show for it. The two were scheduled to fight at UFC 303 back in June, but McGregor ultimately withdrew due to a toe injury, and the bout has yet to be rebooked. But that could be changing soon, as on Sunday, Chandler teased via his Instagram that a fight is in the works. Here is what he wrote: "Wheels in motion to bite down on that mouthpiece again. Bet on yourself, always. Walk on. See you at the top." Although Chandler hasn't specified who his opponent might be, rumors suggest it could be Conor McGregor, and that this will be another attempt by the UFC to bring Conor back to the octagon. Who do you think will be Chandler's opponent? And if it ends up being Conor McGregor, who do you think will win? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Shavkat Rakhmonov and Belal Muhammad continue their war of words. At UFC 304, Muhammad claimed the UFC welterweight title with a 5-round domination of rival Leon Edwards. Following his win, many assumed Rakhmonov would be first in line to face the newly crowned champion, and Rakhmonov recently revealed he was in fact offered a title shot in October that Muhammad declined, with Rakhmonov then suggesting Muhammad wasn't living up to his declaration that he'd be an active champion. In response, Muhammad fired back at Rakhmonov, saying that he has not fought in 2024 and so should have to fight former champion Kamaru Usman in a #1 contender matchup. And as you can imagine, Rakhmonov doesn't think much of that idea. Rakhmonov responded to Muhammad, pointing out that Belal seems to have forgotten that he himself earned a crack at the belt despite a 14-month layoff. Here's what he wrote: "Do you have a case of selective memory, or did you just forget that you didn't fight for 14 months before challenging for the belt?" Ultimately, it seems like these two will eventually settle their differences inside the cage, as Muhammad himself recently joked that the UFC only seems interested in that matchup next. Who do you think will win, Belal or Shavkat? Share your opinion in the comments below. Thank you for tuning in to MMA Daily. We hope you enjoyed today's coverage of mixed martial arts. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notifications for our latest videos. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below and let us know what you'd like to hear about in our upcoming videos. See you tomorrow with more MMA news. Until then, stay safe and keep following MMA Daily for your daily dose of fighting excitement.